Someone tried covering something up with the Obamas when their personal longtime chef showed up drowned, mysterious circumstances. We got partial reports of him being naked, drowning in 8 feet of water. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. This is where all the happy patriots are. We're going to explore this investigation of this new document that came out with exclusive new witness accounts.
Reporting person. No life vest was worn. They have recovered the paddleboard and clothing. Still no contact with missing party. They still have a boat and rescue swimmers in the area.
That was Tom Fitton, who got a Freedom of Information Act to get more of the requests of what the police were not releasing about the report. And this is interesting. What would you hide from the public? Very weird, very specific about some of these things. But first, remember, Obamas are the most favored couple, weirdo couple, but the most favored by Hollywood. Here's Newsweek. We're going to get to the rest of that drowning chef in a minute, but just to set up their favored status, Obama faces backlash for films warning about white people. This is the kind of things that Barack is allowed to do. He has released a movie with Julia Roberts. I'll read about the scene from this Newsweek article. Former President Barack Obama is facing backlash on Monday over a film on which he was a consultant, which warns about white people. Barack is one of the most racist presidents we've ever had. After concluding his presidency in 2017, Obama has written a best-selling memoir and signed a deal with Netflix to produce films and a television series. It's worth like $100 million. That's all. The former president has also created Higher Ground, a production company co-led by his wife, former First Lady, Michelle Obama, in which projects were set to touch on issues of race and class, democracy, and civil rights. This is a sweetheart deal, not made on merit whatsoever. The company's first production, American Factory, debuted in 2019, centered on an abandoned General Motors plant that was reopened in Ohio by a Chinese billionaire. Once again, Chinese billionaire is the hero of their story. The film took home an Oscar for the best documentary feature. Remember when they gave away a best Oscar to Al Gore for Inconvenient Truth? Hollywood loves handing out awards to these people. Also, not just Hollywood, but here's President Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize and also oversaw drone strikes on 7 foreign countries. They love handing him the highest awards available. The scene in question of Obama's movie shows a black couple lying in bed as the lines, quote, "I'm asking you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people," unquote. All this is just Steve Martin's The Jerk.
Don't never, ever trust Whitey. Don't trust Whitey.
The Netflix film called Leave the World Behind, produced by Obama, includes a scene demonizing white people. White people are the only group you're allowed and celebrated to be racist towards, and it'll be put into movies by the most influential people, libs of TikTok wrote on X. I don't know if it's actually promoting racism. It's probably more like it's exposing racism. I think the black actor that said this in the movie is revealing to people how some people think and how some people talk and how racist they are. So it's not necessarily endorsing it. Now, getting back to the Obama's murdered chef. Tom Fitton, breaking, newly released records show that when Secret Service agents rushed to try to rescue Obama's chef, Tafari Campbell, who was drowning, both of the agents' boats were inoperable. So someone might have sabotaged the agents' boats. That is strangely covered up, was not released to the public. The rescue boats were inoperable. Who cut the wires? Maybe Michelle? Was she jealous? The chef and Barack's close relationship? Or did the chef see something he wasn't supposed to? The agents had to borrow the groundskeeper's boat. A Secret Service report describes how 2 agents attempted to start one of the boats but had difficulties lowering the motor. I headed down with a person redacted. but told her to continue down and yelled to SA, redacted, and SSA, redacted, these are Secret Service agents, that I would run down and get the keys for the USSS boat. I sprinted to the CP command post, grabbed the keys, sprinted back toward the boats. A similar issue occurred with the motor on the second boat. Do any of these boats work? These rescue boats? A similar issue occurred with the motor on the second boat. We jumped into a third boat belonging to a groundskeeper, and it worked without issue. So all of the emergency boats didn't work. The groundskeeper, his boat did work because he's just in charge of mowing the lawn. Judicial Watch forced the release of this startling disclosure through a federal event. Why would they be hiding this testimony? I'll let you guys speculate in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for subscribing. I'm Doug in Exile.